Hello Cancer, and welcome to your reading for the month of July 2026. I hope all of my lovely crustaceans are doing well. As I'm shuffling up here until I can get this Celtic cross laid for you, we do have coming up the end of June. Going into July, you've got that new moon at the end of June. That's going to be the new moon in Gemini. It's good for communication. Good for getting it out there, getting your voice heard, being articulate, you know, like speaking. Woo, that's too many, Spirit. Too many. Try it again. But good for getting your voice out there, good for getting heard, good for being concise and more articulate. You know, if you've got something you want to say, it's a great time to say it. Is going to be this time. Now, you do have Mercury going retrograde. Got Mercury going retrograde all throughout July. So woohoo, that'll be exciting for us. As a water sign, you know, just keep on going with the flow as you do naturally. And hopefully you'll make it through just fine, but just keep that in mind. And that is three. That is three. All right, that's what we're going to do then. You gave me three. I'm going to accept them as they are. Okay. All right, so... All right, we've got your earthbound energy here, your meat puppet energy here that we're going to look at first for the month of July 2026. Big month, right? 250th anniversary of, well, America's 250th anniversary. If you are not from America, then obviously it's a big month because the World Cup is going on. But right now, for my Cancerians, it looks like we've got, for your energy, little Seven of Swords. Not my favorite card. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't think most people's favorite card. But it is, I don't think necessarily a terrible card, especially when it's in this position. This position is less a card of like something that's influencing you. It's a card of you, right? So this card is saying to me that you are maybe in your head strategizing. You are trying to use all of your intellectual juiciness, all of the tools in your toolbox to try and figure out how to make something work. That's the energy that you're in right now. You're in like problem solver mode energy. You are in like, how many different ways can I skin a cat? You know, no, I hope that's okay to say. But it's that kind of energy, that kind of like, no, things are good. Things are not bad here. It doesn't look like this energy is like really necessarily bad. But it definitely looks like you are in like, how do I do this? What do I do? Like, how can I do this? I have ideas, right? You're trying to like get your ideas together. See, that's the energy that you are. That's the energy that you are right now, okay? So it's crossing you, or the circumstances that you are in that may be putting you in this energy a little bit. We have got the Eight of Wands. To me, this is my baby version of the Magician card, right? So this is my minor arcana magician for me. The Eight of Wands is a card of manifestation. It's a card of communication. It's a card of energy, directed energy. It's a card of, you know, getting things done, movement, very much movement, right? Passionate movement. This is definitely passionate movement that you're getting here. So I think that this is you getting excited. You've got excited energy coming around you about some ideas that you are trying to manifest. And it might be about money because I'm seeing some pentacles here and I'm just seeing a lot of like thinking about ways to do things energy. So you've got the Eight of Wands crossing you, definitely giving you this kind of, I want to communicate. And again, with this new moon coming at the end of the month in June, coming in at the beginning of July, it might be a good time to do that, right? You may be getting these ideas and you might be kind of, you know, putting them out there, trying to let people know these ideas that you have, trying to get some help into like, what do you guys think about this idea? Do you think this is a good idea? Or maybe just like putting a lot of things in action, putting a bunch of irons in the fire, right? And just kind of see what sticks. That actually, I mean, that's very much what this card is, right? Is a bunch of swords. That's where the term putting irons in the fire means. That's where it's from, right? From a swordsmith, right? Somebody who would be putting their irons in the fire. So this guy has, I think that whoever this is, you lady, gentleman, whomever, others, whomever this is for, I do believe that this is irons, you've got a lot of irons in the fire mentally. So you've got a lot of ideas cooking, you're trying to get them going, you're putting ideas out there. I think you're putting out there to friends and fam. I think you're just putting them out there, right? You're trying to like see What's going to work? What's going to work? Your grounded energy, the energy that is like the earthbound energy surrounding you in this situation, or that's like kind of buoying you up, strength, which is great. And it's the only major arcana you've got in at least this portion of the spread. And I think that that is excellent, because what a great card to have at the base of your spread, right? It's your foundation is strength. So you're coming from a place of like, I've got this. I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna be in control. I'm gonna make sure everything's fine. I'm gonna make sure it's held down. I've got the strength to do that, and I'm gonna lean on my strength, and I'm gonna believe in myself, and I'm gonna hold this down. That's the energy you're getting from like the people around you, kind of like, but less that, just like the circumstances of life, right? I think life is giving you that. Life is giving you opportunities to feel good about yourself, to feel strong, to feel capable. And I think you are feeling that way because life is kind of handing you some of these opportunities. Now, spiritually, interestingly enough, I don't think you're being handed these opportunities quite as much. The Five of Pentacles, it makes me feel like there's worry, financial worry, that's really at the top of your mind, right? Like your brain, your mind is so active. And I think it's about this. I think it's about dealing with this lack, this lack of financial security, or maybe like you're gonna lose money and you're freaked out about how to stop that from happening. Like you see the writing on the wall maybe, and you're like, how do I keep this from happening? I think that it's a slow moving energy, as Pentacles always are. It is a minor arcana again, so it's not like super crazy upsetting tower energy or anything like that. But it does seem to me like your ideas are coming from a place of, I've got to fix this. I've got to make some money happen. There ain't no money, honey, and there needs to be money. There needs to be abundance, right? You are not fishing from a spiritual pool of abundance right now. That this to me looks like you've got all, you believe in yourself. You believe that you can do these ideas. You believe that you have the capability to make these things happen, but you are not seeing it happen. You are not pulling from a well of abundance. You're pulling from a spiritual well of lack. You are. I mean, that's what this is saying, whoever this is for. If you know deep in your heart that the way you are feeling when you really sit down and feel your meditative space, you know, when you feel your moments of clarity and calm and what you see yourself doing in those moments, if you are finding that you are impulsively going to places of extreme abundance and wealth and having all of the things that you want and stuff, that's great. But if you find yourself going to a place of like, oh man, I just wish that we could have just a little bit more. Oh man, we're not quite. Oh man, if I just could have like, oh, I see myself in my crappy car. I want to see myself in my new car. Okay, well, let me try and work out that brain thing and make it so I see the new car. That's coming from a place of lack. That's coming from a place spiritually where you're pulling from a pool of lack. You're pulling from a pool of not of abundance. You need to be pulling from your abundant pool, your pool full of ambrosia, right? And feathers and delights and champagnes. And you need to be seeing, almost like tricking yourself into being ridiculous about how excited you are for all the things that are in your spiritual pool that are waiting to be fished out, right? I don't see you pulling from that pool right now. I see you pulling from the kiddie pool. You're pulling from the kiddie pool and it only has a couple little ducks in it and one of those little magnet fishing hooks. And what you need to be doing is pulling from the big kid pool that's just resplendent with gifts that have been poured into it, and you have a giant net and you can just go scoop all of them out, right? That's where you need to be headed subconsciously when you're thinking about your future. And I think you're getting there. You're trying so hard to get there. The Strength card to me says, like, you want that so bad for yourself. You want to be doing the right thing to push these ideas into fruition, but you're blocking yourself with this lack of abundant mindset. The exiting energy that is going we've got the Seven of Cups. So again, this is another card of just like all the ideas, all the thoughts, all of the things. What can I do here? What can I get from here? Is this the right one? Is this the right one? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. Oh, that's not good. No, maybe that one. Oh, no, that's not good. Well, this one looks good. That is this card. And I think that's leaving. I mean, it is. This is the energy of what's like going out of your month. So hopefully what this says to me is you are solidifying some of these ideas. I think that you are going to, by the end of the month of July, have put some roots down. You might be putting some roots down in some of these ideas. You might not just be up in the clouds anymore. I think you're coming down to earth. I mean, this is very much that. It's almost exactly what these cards are saying. So you've got the Seven of Cups, which is literally in the clouds. Your brain is in the clouds. You're seeing all these different ideas. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but you're kind of pie in the sky in it here, right? And you're maybe thinking sort of practically, but you're not putting any of it into play yet. This is ideas. These are ideas. And you move from from the sky, from the emotions, from just feelings, to action, to rooted action, to earthbound, genuine movement that is real. Ideas that are real. And it's the King of Pentacles too. We're not talking about a Page of Pentacles or a Knight. This isn't even the Four of Pentacles. You're not holding on. You're willing to take some risks maybe, but you're taking smart risks. You're taking adult risks. The King of Pentacles is a very mature, I mean, I would even say maybe the most mature of all of the face cards in the deck. Because he is the one that says, I'm sitting on this foundation, right, that you've developed with the strength. I'm sitting on this foundation. I'm taking my coins, my giant coins, and I am putting them into things I know are going to give me more money. I'm making smart decisions with them. I'm not holding on to them forever. I am keeping one and handing out another, knowing that 3 more are going to come back in its place. That's this energy. And I feel like, and you're slow. You're not hurried. You're not irrational. You're not being ridiculous. You're not throwing large sums of money away. You are being methodical. You are being intelligent. You are being calculated about it. Okay, so let's see what Spirit kind of has to say. I like to look at the side over here as Spirit. Oh, okay. That's probably the best place for that to have landed. So it was the Ten of Swords that just fell down there. All right, next card is just going to be surrounding. Oh, that's too many. Too many cards, Spirit. Just one card for surrounding us spiritually. What do we got energetically surrounding us? Okay, lots of 10s. Wow, okay. Some finalizing energy here. Let's see. I mean, that's good. 10s are good because they... Okay. Hopes and fears. And what is our final outcome for Cancer for this month of July? Oh, final outcome for Cancer. Oh, that's good. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I just did Pisces, and we had that Four of Swords come out for Pisces too, and I just feel like that's interesting. It's been popping out for me a lot recently, just a lot of different readings, so it feels like this might be a time of sitting on things. So Spirit looks like the energy is... Ten of Swords is you looking at yourself sort of in a negative light. I'm seeing that you feel kind of beat down a little bit by this stuff not working out. You know, by having this is really taking its toll on you. This Five of Pentacles, it feels like, has made you feel like you have been trying and you have been not helped. you are just being stabbed in the back by circumstance. It's just not getting you where you want it to be. But it is the end of that, right? I feel like you're at the end of the tether with that. You know that you are moving on to the next phase with that, but that is kind of where you're at. Spiritually, I think you're a little bit bereft right now from all of this uncertainty and all of this work to try and make this work with very little support spiritually. And the Ten of Wands is in this space of your support, your ancestral support, spiritual support, things like that. it looks like it knows that this is an end thing. Like that the support that you have is going to be the kind of support that comes to you at the end of a marathon. They can't join you in the race, but they can like congratulate you for making it to the end. That's kind of more the energy I'm seeing. It's not hands-on. The aid that you're going to be getting is emotional support. You're going to get like energy maybe from other people to kind of help get you to the end of that. I think that's the support you're going to get from what I'm seeing here. That's like the last push to get you to that Ace of Wands. I think you've got some energetic support from your friends, from your family, from spirit, but it is just to help you over the last hump. It's not really to build. It's not gonna be super foundational for whatever it is that you're having to get through in July. Financially, it looks like. And maybe just in business, in your life in general. I'm not really seeing any kind of like love stuff here, so this feels more like money and business to me. This feels more like life, like practicality. This feels less like, you know, that there's emotions with another person involved. Although, I mean, you've got the Empress energy here. It's in your hopes and fears. So it's possible that there is someone you are trying to do this for, you know, I mean, if you want there to be, or if you feel like there is other energy, I mean, there is the Empress. So there is a major arcana that is a female energy specifically, a strong female energy in the hopes and fears section of all of this. So that to me says it's possible that there is another person. Doesn't have to be a female, can be male, can be female, just doesn't matter, but it's a strong person, a person that has a lot of nurturing energy that makes you feel very safe, that makes you feel very taken care of, that this is, if it's a person, that's the kind of person it is, right? And I feel like, as in the hopes and fears, I think maybe you're worried that whatever this thing is that you're trying to do is going to either keep this or this is going to go. This is either going to stay or it's going to go, based on however this thing happens. And I don't know that that's a fear that is based in reality, but it looks like it is something that you are concerned about, or you know, hopes that they're gonna be, you know, that it's gonna be great, that this thing is gonna be, you're gonna be able to have, or you will be the Empress, like that this thing will help make you the Empress. I'm trying to get a little bit of clarity on these. Well, we got the Eight of Swords again, or the Eight of Wands again. We got the King of Wands here, which is again, fiery energy, idea energy, you know. It seems like the hopes and fears, this to me is looking like the ideas that you're coming up with, right? You got the Eight of Wands over here, you got the Eight of Wands over here. The ideas that you're coming up with, right? These exciting new things, this maybe gonna make enough money to get us straight, you know, to make us the King of Wands here, to make us the King of Pentacles, you know, might be enough money to do that. If it doesn't work out, is it not going to work out? I mean, I really do think that's the energy I'm getting here, is exactly what I was saying. I think that you're afraid that this energy, if it doesn't work out, this whatever this Empress energy is, either it's you will have failed and you're going to be heartbroken, or this person will leave and you will be heartbroken. I think you're hanging a lot of importance on this thing succeeding, from what I'm seeing here, in your hopes and fears. And because of that, it's just interesting because this is kind of similar to the last reading I just did for Pisces. But you're all water signs, right? So I guess that makes sense. Because of that, Four Swords, you are not going anywhere right now. I think you're just going to kind of lie on that idea. You're going to continue to think about it. You're going to continue thinking about doing that thing, but you are maybe not going to go ahead and do that thing just yet. Let's see. Let's see if we've got any more to elaborate on that Four Swords. What do you mean you're not going to do that thing? What do we mean by that? Again with the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Coins. Okay. I think it's a lot of hard work. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Again, there's another tarot card reader who says that. It's great. If I'll put his name in the description if I can remember it. He's awesome. Is it worth it, right? Is the work gonna be worth the effort with the 7 of coins for these ideas? You don't know. So you're waiting, right? The 10 of Wands, right? There's a lot of plotting to the end energy here. You are very tired, it seems like. You're tired of whatever this thing is. And you know that this idea that you have is going to take work. It isn't necessarily going to come easy. You get your 7 of coins here. That's the card of, it's going to take work. Is it worth it? I've planted these and I'm waiting for them to be ripe. They're not ripe yet. I would like to pick them, please. And I cannot pick them. I would like to pick my pentacles, please. That's what's happening here. And I think that you are real tired with the 10 of Wands. Real tired of reaching up to pick that pentacle and having it not be ripe. Biting into it and having it be, you know, super not ready yet and gross and bitter. And you just are ready for a win. And I just think that you are a little nervous about moving forward because you're afraid that that win's not going to come. And that if that win doesn't come, it's going to be at a huge expense to your personal life. Okay, so what does Spirit have as advice for Cancer for the month of July? It looks like you're giving them kind of a grim, but again, not a lot of major arcana here. So I don't think this is like major, huge end of time vibe. Unification. Okay. Let's see. What is unification? So, I mean, unification seems like it's a little bit of a obvious with it being coming together. Seems like there is going to be maybe a coming together of the minds, maybe coming together of people. Let's see. What does this mean? When you draw the 6-rayed star, you are being called. There it is, the 6-rayed star. Oh, unification. Put you up there a little bit higher. I'll master this one day. There we go. When you draw the 6-rayed star, you are being called to remember the importance of harmony and balance. Currently highlighted is how you relate to the world, and you are being asked to find that point of unification where your heart is truly open. Alchemy is possible now, a blending of masculine and feminine to create something completely fresh and new. Relationships are highlighted on all levels. Whether alone or with a partner, something is being called to your attention or shortly will be. Meditate upon this symbol to find inner harmonies, which will reveal what it is that you can bring or learn from present circumstances. High note, your heart holds the answer. Low note, find ways to harmonize your feelings. So I think that what Spirit is trying to say with this as your kind of like oracle come together card advice is use, if you've got another half, if you've got a spouse or a mate or a close friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a whatever, lean on them, use them as much as they're willing to be used. You know, I mean, like, let them be a part of this with you. Whatever this journey is, whatever this thing you're trying to do, don't shut them out. Don't shut the people out. Don't be afraid that your struggle is going to scare them away, or that your lack of success is going to force them to run away or make them feel like you're not good enough and then leave. And don't allow yourself to abandon hope and abandon yourself because things are a little on the rough side right now, right? Because your ideas aren't maybe not coming, or maybe not all working, right? So work with the people that you have that want to work with you, and everything should come together fine. So I think that's all I have for you today, Cancer. I hope you have a lovely month. Hopefully it goes a little bit easier and some of these ideas actually come together for you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.